Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming today. We're going to start in Supta Virasana. So you might like to take a bolster and you can do a single or a double leg variation. You can use just a rolled up blanket instead of a bolster. And we want to come down, tops of feet to floor. And then get your thumbs right into the center back of the knee. And it's not so much a pulling out action as a pulling down action that creates the space. Sink the buttock back between the heels. And this is where you'll take your primary measurement. So this is where you'll assess just how it feels. And if it's really strong in the thighs at this point, sit up on a brick or your edge of your bolster and stay there. If it's strong in the knees, don't go down. Just raise your hand and I'll come around and give you an adjustment. If it feels like it's okay, lift the hips, bring the pubic bone towards the navel slightly and lower the body down onto the prop. You can have something underneath the back of the neck. You can go two bolsters and a blanket. If it's really strong, I want you to do one leg at a time.
This is like literally as far as I can go.
Unwrap the legs and come lay down over the brick, over the bolster with your buttock on the ground. Okay. And then bring the knees to the ceiling. So bend the knees and bring them up, but have them wide. All right, so slowly down. How's that? That's okay. Good, slowly down. All right, so work that for a while and just warm it up. And then when you feel like you've got it, grab hold of your foot and pull it up into the pose. And just do one leg at a time. Everything good? Okay, so let's try. Do you want to do one leg at a time? Or if I lift the head up and I'm going to stagger that a little bit. Yeah. How's that feel?
That's right, I just need to loosen up through here.
Okay, so turn the tail down. You can always do one leg at a time.
Whatever you think.
Does it feel like you're gripping everything to stay here?
It just takes a while to just settle everything down.
Yeah,
It's just like releasing.
Yeah, okay, well come up. Let's do one leg at a time. I'm going to set you up a little bit like what we've done over there with, I'm going to take the bolster out, the block out. So just lay back, soles of the feet to the floor, knees to the ceiling. Get yourself all the way back on the props. Just pull that in a little bit closer. Okay, widen the feet to the width of the mat. All right, now one knee at a time. So just drop that down and get the stretch happening. Yeah, and then bring it up and then switch it down over. Okay, so go side to side for a bit until you feel like things loosen. Then, say you're down with this knee, you'll reach with that hand and you'll pull the foot up and create the pose on one side. Close your eyes and go within. All right, now lift the head. That's it. Down. Okay, feel all right? Yeah, not too strong. Okay. Easy with the breath. So single leg or double leg. Takes a long time to open this up. These are the front channels of the body, supported by the back. If you're feeling like you can go a little deeper, you can take arms overhead. What's important here is that we find some space in which to surrender. So don't push the pose too hard. Because I'm inviting you today into a very particular quality of water as we continue this journey into the winter season. And it's that part of water where we are led to state of exhaustion or overwhelm, excessive tiredness. And they visualize that, or because our foundation of our energy systems is this element of water, it is the kidneys and it is the bladder. When we hit fatigue, when we hit this place of feeling tired, feeling cornered, feeling like we can't work our way out of something, we are leaning into water here. And the visual that is given for this is like the beautiful containment of a lake with a crack in the bottom. And the water itself is draining away. And that's one image of this water leading to emptiness, leading to exhaustion. The other is when water is trapped and can't escape and fulfill its purpose, which is to return to the sea. So scan through your life just as it is in this moment and bookmark the challenges, just the places where you feel that you are pushed up against yourself, that somebody perhaps is leaning in and pressing your buttons, where you feel hemmed in or where your words are not being heard. Because the lesson of water is to teach us the skill in overcoming adversity, overcoming challenge, overcoming difficulties, not just of a small everyday nature, but difficulties that plumb our depths. And we all have them. Nice. Lower your hands. And that's why we started in this pose that is not always easy. So if your hands are raised, please lower them down and allow them to assist you to an upright position in Virasana. So we're going to keep the shape of the legs. Just bring your hands out to your knees. Keep your eyes closed. You can sit on the edge of your bolster if you like, with your heels either side. Just make sure, if possible, the heels are outside of the buttock. If it's too strong on the knees, take an easy cross position. Eyes are closed. So the lake itself is a symbol of joy, a universal symbol of the containment of something that is full and beautiful. But for it to have a crack in it, for it to be draining, you can sense the escape, the inability to hold, to control. And the lesson there is that the answer doesn't lie outside of us. The answer lies most firmly within. We have no capacity to change the world around us or the way that those in it
move. But we have an enormous amount of influence over ourselves. We have choices. We can accept what we can't change. And we can adapt to be present. So as we move through the work today, there will be some poses that we will find challenging. And the role is to accept what we can't change in our bodies and to adapt to the present moment. Last few moments, let's interlace the fingers to the webbing and raise them to the roof. Pull the front ribs down. So notice not only the challenge of the legs in continuity here, but notice heat building in the shoulders. How can I overcome physical body which is strong and quite able to be here? How can I overcome the mental? Oh, you can soften. You can deeply breathe. You can look for the places that gather and hold the tension, like that aquifer, like that water that is trapped. You can look for those places and offer them release. One more deep breath here, inhale. And on exhalation, slowly lower the arms. Okay, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. Come forward to all fours. Go right on and turn under the toes. Don't worry about your props for a moment. And just lift your knees off the floor and come on through to downward dog. And let the downward dog now unpack you. So it is a moving feast of downward facing dog. So side to side with the hips, if you like, paddling the heels, just moving the legs in the way that feels just right. Spread the fingers fully. Lift the skin of the inner upper arms, clear the neck. And then press the hands forward and down into the floor. Press them down until you feel that line draw right up the side body and shift the groins backwards. Widen the feet to the width of the wrists. Soften your eyes. And let's start to feel the stillness begin to build in the pose. What's going on here? Turn that hand out just a little, yeah. Shoulders, yes. All right. Take a moment to move your props out of the way. Oh, now for you, lift this side of the sacrum a little bit. Yes, that's it. You actually have to work a little bit harder to lift that side. Clear your props when you're ready and walk your feet slowly to top of mat. Take your time. Standing forward fold, any arm position you like. Now, it's early in the class and early in the day, so Feel free to widen the feet beyond hip width apart if that feels kind of like that's the kind thing to do for your back. Okay, I'm going to run through some possibilities for your arms and where you might like to work with them. You can interlace them behind the back of the skull and gently draw the neck down. You can bring back of hands to the floor by the little toe side of the foot. You can link opposite elbows. If you really want to go for a little bit of shoulder work, you can interlace the hands at the sacrum and take the arms over. But I want you to feel like you just can create. Every one of those options will bring or yield a different response, a different adaptation to the challenge that you're experiencing. Whether it's in the mind today, because some days when we come to the yoga mat, that is the case. Whether it's in the physical body. Another way that we adapt is by bending the knees just enough to allow the belly to gently breathe against the thighs. So there isn't this resistance. We're not holding ourselves back from the forward bend, but we are allowing ourselves to fall into it. So as you breathe, and particularly as you exhale, whittle away whatever it is that you don't need to hold on to here. Is it tension in the neck? Is it tension in the eyes? Last few breaths. Good. And breathe in, look up. Walk the feet nice and wide. We're going for malasana, squat pose. Go right on and sink it down. I like to open my arms here in this pose, but you might prefer to work with the palms of the hands in a prayer position. I want you to create, I want you to adapt for the very unique challenges that you find in this pose. You need to support the heels. Would the knees prefer you to sit on a brick? Take a long inhalation. Feel the body starting to yield. Okay, and as you exhale, press the hands down onto the floor, setting up for a bakasana. Surprise. All right, inhalation, lift the seat. Exhale here, round the back. Following inhale, bring the feet off the floor maybe. Not holding. Gently step it back, plank pose. You can jump if you're, that way inclined. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Point the toes with your in-breath. Round your tail down with your out-breath. And come to a floating cobra. So raise the hands and raise the legs. Measure off heel of hand in line with the base of the ribs. And lift the legs from the very top of the thighs, not from the back of the knees. Breathing in. Breathing out, hands down, feet down. Inhale, lift, just regular cobra. So a little press into the hands, not too high. Exhale, roll it back, downward facing. And take an inhale here, raise the right leg. And as you exhale, bring it through between the hands. Now we're going for a low lunge. So it's left knee down, right foot forward. On your inhalation, raise the arms up, Anjayasana. Firm legs, chest broadens. Exhale, hands down. Step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, come up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Steady the legs. Now sink the tail just enough until you feel 2 lines either side of the navel. And breathe in. And breathe out, forward fold, down we go. Inhale, look up. Exhale, malasana, widen the feet. Sink the buttock down. Okay, so there's variations on the pose. So you can open the arms. It's a quality that you get across the chest that's a bit different. It also helps with balance. You can also bring the palms of the hands together in prayer. That adds a widening to upper back. So everything just is different. You have to adapt. And inhale fully. And exhale, set the hands down around the back. Now as you inhale, lift the feet. As you exhale, step it back, plank. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Point the toes, inhale. Round the tail, exhale. And breathe in, lift, floating cobra. Same pose. Soften the back of the neck. So don't feel like you need to harden the pose here. All right, stay here. Or take it back to Salabhasana. Reach the hands back behind you. Now let's bring the palms down to the floor. So the little finger side of the hand is in towards the sides of the hips. And bend the elbows. So you can feel that the chest is being illuminated in this shape. Okay, if you want to go further, you can lift the hands off the floor, but you don't have to. I want you to just, again, I want you to find where is the challenge in this pose for me? Do I feel that I can't lift the legs? Are the legs heavy? If you're feeling that, I want you to drop sitting bones down to the heels and try and lift from front of thighs. Don't go for height. I want you to go for consistency in both legs. Is it that I feel like my lower back is jamming? I want you to go a little lower with the chest if that's the case and try and move the ribs out and away from the hips. Okay, try and lift this leg up into my hand, just that leg, that's it. And release. And again, hold, press up. Good, and release. Now try and lift the legs evenly. That's it. Good. Bring the hands back down, set up for cobra. That's good news, isn't it? Inhale, raise the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg to the roof. Exhale, left foot forward, low lunge, right knee to the mat. Inhale, bring the arms up. Reach. It's kind of like a salutation, but I've reversed everything. Exhale, hands down. Step back, right foot forward. Inhale, look up. So coming to top of mat. Exhale, fold. Oh, one cardigan off. It's a good sign. Good. Inhale, half lift. Widen the feet. Exhale, malasana. Your variation. So where are you challenged? Is the challenge in keeping your mind on the breath? Can you do 3 breaths completely connected to your body and your mind? And just watch the shoulders. Yeah. Those guys. All right. Exhale, hands down on the floor. Set them up and lift the buttock. As you inhale, the feet come off the mat. So you inhale them up like helium. And then exhale takes you back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Sink the chest. Knees, chest, chin would be my preference. Point the toes, inhale, round the tail down, exhale. Breathe in, lift, floating cobra, inhale. Floating cobra. Okay, now soften your eyes. Come from soft palate here. Okay, you got this. feel into that challenge. Is that challenge a place that feels like the lake is draining, or is that a challenge that feels like the water itself is trapped? Okay, let's take it back to Salabhasana, that variation we did, hands on the floor or off the floor, I don't mind. Okay, now go further, should you desire to, and bind the Salabhasana. So interlace the hands at the sacrum, reach back. Imagine that's happening. Like, press into me, like you're trying to resist me. Yes, yes, yes. See how that switches the back on? Yes. Soften the eyes, otherwise you will meet effort. I want you to feel like this is just an extension of the lungs. Breathe in. Breathe out, slowly lower down, set up for cobra pose. And inhale, raise the chest. Keep the sitting bones descending and see if you can keep the legs heavy. Then exhale, take it back downward facing dog. I think we're up to the right leg once again. So inhale, raise the right leg. As you exhale, step right foot forward between the hands. It's low lunge, so the left knee will come to the floor. And inhale, raise the arms up, Anjayasana. Lift from the back body and then fall backwards into it. So I want you to feel the back body from the back of the neck, between the shoulder blades, into the small of the back, into the sacrum, evenly. And then exhale, slowly lower the hands down, step the left foot forward, breathe in, look up. Breathe out, fold. So create in the fold, and with every exhalation, whittle away whatever it is that you don't need. That may well be a layer of clothing. Nice. Inhale and look up. Widen the feet, Malasana. Sink it down with your out breath. Beautiful. Notice that these get easier and easier as we excavate down and in, as we start to own where it's difficult for us, where we provide props, support, encouragement, that little inner voice telling you, you've got this. You drop the hands down to the floor, swing the elbows in. Now, on your exhalation, come forward, round the back, lift the hips. And as you breathe in, it's your time. You maybe take the feet off the floor. Helium. Exhale, step it back. Plank, knees, chest, chin. Round the tail down, floating cobra when you're ready. Inhale. Okay, roll the heels out. Sitting bones down. Soft palate, lift the chest. All right. So, where are we going? Are we going to go Salabhasana? Are we going to bind the Salabhasana? Or are we going to take it into reverse prayer? Oh my Lord, where shall we go? Wherever you're working, I want you to stay there. I want you to work at about between 30 and 50%. So back it off from 100. Eyes are soft. Sitting bones down. I'm deliberately warming the back. So work with me here. The back is feeling a little tired today. Then lower the legs to the floor. Ask a little less. One more deep breath here, inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down, set up for cobra pose. We go straight into it. Okay, skin of the inner upper arms lifts. Inhale, raise the chest. Legs are heavy. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, you've got this. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, take it through between the hands. Back knee to the floor. Inhale, raise the arms. Do that from the back of the body. Exhale, both hands down to the floor. Step the back right foot forward. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, forward fold. So when you work the back, when we work these wintry energies in the back of the body, these channels of bladder and kidney, it's different to other seasons. We have to kind of provide reflective moments in between the work. So I want you to fold in and surrender to this as a reflective moment. Inhale, half lift, open the chest. And there's no hurry in these practices. As you exhale, malasana, squat pose, malasana, sink it down. I had a Sanskrit word jam that happens sometimes. Open the palms, bring the palms together. Raise the arms overhead if you're feeling hardcore. Let's work with this. Inhaling. Exhaling, hands down, lift the tail. Swing the knees in, lift the skin of the inner upper arm, and as you breathe in, lift the legs. And as you breathe out, take it back. Plank, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Last one of these. Good, round the tail down. So you deliberately clamp down through the pelvis, through the belly, through the thigh fronts. And then inhale, lift your floating cobra. Okay, so all of that's been great. I want you to bring the back of your hands to your sacrum now. Back of your hands to your sacrum. So the other back of hands. There, that one. Stack them up. I know, easy to confuse. Lift the elbows. Okay, now via soft palate, can you lift the chest? So everything is now focusing around the very center of the brain. Legs are working, but there's an effortless quality to this. Okay, slowly now extend the right arm only forward. The right arm only. Palm of the hands turned in. Soften the right shoulder. Imagine with the right hand, you're pulling back on a rope. Feel how that adjusts your shoulder blade. Okay, slowly lower the right hand back and extend the left. Imagine with the left hand, you're pulling on a rope. So let that reset your shoulder blade. Nice. Bring it back. All right, you know it, both hands forwards. Okay, drop the feet to the floor. I want you to nail the feet to the floor and just work the chest. Lift the little finger side of the hand. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale. Okay, now as you exhale, bring the heels to the buttocks. Swing the hands around. Close the chain. Dhanurasana. Inhale, lift. Come on up. Yes. 3 to 5 breaths here. I want you to find that soft palate and work from there. Work from there. So not from the eyebrows. I tried that for 15 years. It doesn't work. Soft palate. Inhale, last breath. And exhale, slowly bring it all down to the floor. Set up for cobra. I'm not being unkind. I'm taking you through to back release now, I promise. Breathe in, lift, cobra. This will be the last one, so feel it. Feel how sweet and peaceful it is. Then as you exhale, take the buttocks backwards to the heels and take a good couple of rounds of breaths in child's pose. Let the back open here. Can be nice to have knees straight out from the hips, but it can also have a benefit to opening the knees wide. Because one thing about trapped water is if it just keeps doing the same thing, it's not ever going to escape. So open yourself up so you're not just following blindly, but you are working with what is true for you, because I can't know that. All right, slowly, slowly come up to sitting, cross your ankles over and switch it out to laying on your back. Nice work, everyone. That was a good almost 20-minute lower back set. Nice work. Hug the knees into the chest. The reward, of course. If you need to roll a little bit there, side to side. Just make sure that you're feeling like you're centralizing and gathering. Now get your lower back there, your little lower back, and gently press it into the floor as you push the knees in towards the palms of the hands. It's a gentle effort, but you'll see as you try to push the knees away, the lower back gets this lovely rounding and the belly switches on. Okay, I want you to keep working with that. Subtle, it's like 1 out of 5. It's not a big effort. But sort of hold that gentle tension, but release the hands and bring them behind the back of the neck. Feel the lower back nice and broad. Feel as if you're pressing the knees into the palms of your hands. And exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. So you're looking towards your knees and breathe in. And as you breathe out, take the right elbow across the body. Straighten the right leg out so it hovers above the ground. And come back to the center with your inhale. Can you create that imaginary tension again? And then take the left elbow across the body. Straighten the left leg out. And inhale, come back to the center. Okay, so we're cycling. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming back to the center, lower the head to the floor, lower the soles of the feet to the mat, but keep the knees bent. Okay, now round the lower back down into the floor. Actually, let's bring the hands as if we're going into a plank pose with the fingers interlaced. I want you to use this expression of the arms to bring the front ribs right down, right down. Okay, hold the front ribs down. Do not let them lift. Bring the right knee to chest, right leg to vertical or nearly vertical. Okay, press the lower back down strongly, front ribs down strongly. Don't adjust that. Exhale, any amount, lower the right leg without losing that contact. Can't go too fast here. Inhale, and you bring it back up. Okay, we're just going to work with the right leg. I want you to keep everything down, especially those front ribs. Okay, you're just going to move at your own pace. I'm not going to count it off for you because this isn't about, you know, how many repetitions you do. This is about your capacity to focus and hold the work. Front ribs in. Keep breathing. Okay, you can add something to this by pressing the left foot down, especially as you raise the right leg up. That's going to really assist you. Good. Couple more. And we'll finish out on this side. I want you to really work those front ribs in. You're going to need that for some of the postures that are coming up a little later on. Hold the right leg high. Next time it's passing. Extend your hands now to the outer right thigh. Slowly bring yourself up to sitting. Press that outer left forearm or wrist into the outer right thigh. Pick the left knee up off the floor and send it out in front. Left leg out in front. Lift and turn. Hold it. Smile. And then gather it all back up. Soles of the feet to the floor, knees to the ceiling. Release the arms, the shoulders, the work of the upper body. Oh yeah, a few big deep breaths into that reservoir. So where is the challenge? Where do you need to adapt? Okay, bring the hands into your plank position again. So it's like you're doing plank on the ceiling.
So you know how when you do plank, you got to really bring the front ribs in and a little bit the pubic bone to the navel. I want you to make that action. It's like plank, but I'm on the floor. Back of the head is in line with the sacrum. Left knee comes to the chest and I don't let anything go. Left leg moves into the vertical and I don't let anything go. Okay, slowly let's start to work. Exhale down. Doesn't matter if it takes you 2 breaths because you're focusing. Doesn't matter if you're only going halfway. Focus, be clear about what you're doing in the back of your body here. I want you to feel very strongly that the kidneys have landed on the earth. Once you start to use a little bit of that right foot, pressing it down into the floor to assist the elevation, to assist the ascent. Stay with it. We're going just a little bit beyond what's comfortable. We're going just a little bit beyond that place where we just follow blindly and into somewhere where we have to be more creative. Good. Hold it up on the next pass. Oh, yes. Okay, straighten the arms, the work that you're doing in the arms, and take the arms to the outside edge of the left leg. And then lift head, neck, and shoulders any amount. Okay, let's take this right leg and send it out. 3 breaths, maybe 5, depending on your cadence. Good, slowly gather it up. Soles of the feet to the floor and knees to the ceiling. Now maybe the hands fall over the belly. Maybe they went out to the sides, but let's just take a couple of rounds of breath here to just calibrate. Feel how you're drawing something very full, something very nourishing into the belly, and that it's effortless, that you don't have to work hard to get it down there now. It's just flowing as it should. This is what happens when we open. All right, let's keep this lovely full belly now. Extend both legs out in front of you and raise the right leg up into the vertical. Now 2 standing feet here. Extend the arms out wide from the shoulders, palms up if you can. Doesn't matter if that raised leg doesn't quite straighten. Yeah, it's okay. Keep the heel over the buttock. Okay, now I want you to bring the front ribs in. You're going to remember this in the standing poses. Outer right hip swings down. Press a little bit that left heel into the floor, like you did in the abdominal work. All right. Anchor the shoulders and breathe in. And as you breathe out, take the right leg all the way across the body and just let the body take a twist. This is going to disperse the belly a little bit. So roll right up onto the outer edge of the left hip. Nice. Breathe in, come up. Back up to the center. Now strong legs, strong feet. Breathe out, go wide. Anchor down through this left hip. Inhale, come up. Okay, 4 more of these. Smoothly take it over on the exhalation. Anchor the shoulders. Nice. Inhale, come up. Exhale, take it wide. Anchor the left hip, sacrum, standing foot. That's it, yes. Inhale, come up. Good, 1 more to each side. Take it over. Turning, turning, turning. Inhale, come up. Take it wide. Inhale, come up to the center. Front ribs are in. Exhale, lower right leg down. Raise left leg up. Okay, front ribs. I want you to think about that plank shape. I want you to think about the creation of that plank shape. Doesn't matter if that top leg is not straight.
but do keep the ankle over the hip. All right, front ribs are in, pubic bone subtly lifted. So you can feel that we're using what we cultivated in the belly. Okay, take the top leg over, across the body, twist, twist, twist. You'll have to straighten that lower leg, Tim. Is that going to be okay? Yeah. Inhale, come up, nail the shoulders down. Exhale, take it wide as you take the right sacrum to the floor. Use strong right leg for that. Inhale, come up. Exhale over. So let it disperse the belly, but keep a sense of containment here. So we balance. Inhale, come up. We balance what we're letting go with what we're containing. Take it wide. Make the movement smooth. One more on each side. Come on up on inhale. Don't lose that straight leg. Take it over with your exhale. Twist, 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 twist. Yeah. Inhale, come up. Last one wide. So I want you to really anchor that mid-thigh down. Yes. Inhale, come up to the center. And exhale, slowly lower left leg. Just readjust the hips and the buttocks. Just take a moment. So reflect, recalibrate. Good. So lower back, lower body. Let's gather the knees upwards towards the chest. Gently roll yourself forward so you're in a little like a squat pose on your tippy toes at the top of your mat. Have your feet at hip distance apart. So adjust, balance, raise the arms. Lift through the little finger side of the hand. Now if the shoulders are tight, go strong person's position. Breathe in. Breathe out, heels down, Utkatasana. Few deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, come to standing, lower the hands. Swing the right heel up into the hand and hold with the right. So right hand holds top of right foot. That's what I was trying to say. See if you can get the knees together. Not together, but level. Okay, lift the chest. Raise the left arm up to the roof. Don't come forward. Keep the weight, keep the sacrum and the crown of the head aligned. Okay, now, can you sink that right hip down so that instead of hiking up, it's level with the left? All right, now bring the left hand down and bring the back of the hand to the sacrum. Now, keep pointing the left knee towards the floor. So you're extending that left hip. There's a little bit of tension between the hand and the foot, but it's not overt. That's right hand, right foot, but it's not overt. Okay, keep the back of the hand is going to tell you what's happening with the sacrum. Slightly bend the standing knee, so unlock it. Okay, now keep that sacrum completely level. Kick the foot into the hand and come forwards somewhat. The balance point of the sacrum is critical here. So I want you to point that right knee away from you so that you feel the right half of the sacrum extending. Balancing, leveling. Breathe in. Okay, breathe out. Straighten the right leg and bring the right back of hand also to the sacrum now. You're in Degasana. You're in a variation of the Virabhadrasana 3. Now, bring your front ribs in. Plank position almost. Balance the sacrum, strengthen the right standing foot. Okay, warrior 1. Drop right foot to the floor as you exhale. Inhale, swing the arms up. Hold the pose. This is where we just release it all. Who would have thought warrior 1 would have been a pose of restoration and repose? Narrow the stance. More. That's it. So lift this heel up And from the whole leg, swing the heel out. That's it. Now push it down. Now, where? Whereabouts? Wide. Walk that out. Okay, that's it. How's that? All right. Now the sacrum's level. Okay, so leveling the sacrum. Lift up through the little finger side of the hand. Level the sacrum. That means right buttock has to come forward. Narrow the stance a bit till you can get that heel down. You were aiming for a lunge. Lift the heel. That's it. That's better. Inhale, last breath. Exhale, step forward to the top of the mat. Tadasana. Okay, fun with the sacrum. All right, weight the right leg. Weight the right leg and slowly bring the left foot up into the left hand. Okay, raise the right arm to the roof. Can you feel what happens when you lengthen the right knee towards the floor? Does everybody feel that, how that whole right side of the hip levels with the left? Okay, so it's not cover of yoga journal here, it's actually yoga. All right, so sacrum remains level. Now bring your right hand down, bring the back of the hand to the sacrum so you've got feedback. All we're interested in is feedback. Sacrum. All right, kick the foot into the hand, left foot. Let the chest blossom a little. Keep pointing that left knee, and now any amount come forward towards Nadarajasana. But your sacrum's level. I forgot to say it, unlock your standing leg. That's it. Round that left hip down. Round it down, round it down, round it down. Okay, try this. Clip the right standing leg, front hip back. All right, now straighten the left leg. Bring the back of both hands to the sacrum. Straighten the left leg out behind you. It's Virabhadrasana 3 variation. You're interested in the sacrum only, not necessarily the height of the leg. Nice. Virabhadrasana 1. It's a narrow stance. It's only 90 centimeters. As you exhale, land the foot. As you inhale, raise the arms. Now, just walk this foot in a little bit. Make the whole thing narrower. That's it. Raise the heel. Turn the leg. Just a little for you. You're already pretty good. And sink it down. Now try and lift the toes and keep this active. Good. Really good. Does it feel okay? Yeah? Strong in the calf? Yeah. Don't overturn that knee too much. I can see it's trying to turn in. Okay, find the tight point in the upper back. Keep the lower back long and just focus on what you can release in the upper back. It's a challenge. You know, we're moving into a little challenge. Inhale fully, last breath. And exhale, lower the hands, step the left foot forward. Tadasana. Close your eyes or soften them at the very least. Just let all of that calibrate. Whittle away with your exhalation. Whittle away what you don't need. Balance poses really, really help us to do that. Right knee to chest. Interlace the hands over the shin bone. Okay, now the same thing kind of happens here. The hips distort. The right hip goes up. So I want you to, in the previous pose, we pointed the working leg down so that we lengthened the hip. I want you to roll the outer right hip down here so that the waist feels level, left and right sides. The collarbones should feel quite bright. If you want to go further, you're going to interlace the fingers and extend fully or partially the leg forward. You can even just interlace you can even just trigger grip right big toe and work there. Hold the pose, steady your eyes. Inhale. Exhale, switch it through to where we were before preparation for Nadarajasana. Just swing it through. Left arm to the roof. Right hand holds right top of foot. Point the knee down, level the hips. Feel the waist level from the top of the ribs to the top of the hips. Bring back of hand to the sacrum. Easy. Standing leg bends a little. Slowly bring it forward, mind in the sacrum. So you're kicking that right foot into the hand, but at the same time sending the right knee into the space behind you so that the sacrum can level. Take one more deep breath here, inhale. And as you exhale, straighten through right leg, both hands to sacrum. Degasana, so variation of warrior 3. I want you to bring the front ribs in. I want you to bring the front ribs in. Roll that right thigh down and clip the left one back. Okay, Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand to the floor, right arm to the roof. Float the pose up. This is our resting pose. Open the body. Come on, all that work of closing, containing. I want you to open it here. Breathe in fully. Breathe out. Send that right foot to the very back of the mat. Nice wide stance. Okay, lower right hand down to the back right leg and inhale. Bring the left arm up and open and let it flow. Nice deep breaths. Let it be spacious. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly step forward, top of mat, Tadasana. A few rounds of breath. Every exhalation peels off a little more. We whittle away like a wood carver. Everything that's unnecessary. Everything that exhausts you. All right. Left knee to chest, hold the shin. Take a moment to set the pelvic bowl before you go anywhere, before you do anything. So left outer hip needs to descend. Okay, if you want to go deeper, take the left hand and trigger grip the left big toe. If you want to go deeper, optional. If you want to go deeper still, partially or fully extend the left leg forward. Now think about that plank position inside this. All right, bend that left knee now, left hand, left foot. Bring the right hand around, back of right hand to the sacrum. Kick the foot into the hand, open the chest a little. Point that left knee down. Point the left knee down. You just feel the whole left side of the body elongates to match the right. Okay, unlock the standing right leg just a little bit, come forward somewhat. Maintaining sacrum, maintaining sacrum. How do I do that? I got to keep lengthening that left knee. I got to keep rounding that left sitting bone down. Clipping the right front of hip back. Okay, coming into the Degasana, the Virabhadrasana 3 version. Back of both hands to the sacrum now. Extend the legs, standing foot, both feet. Round down, left ribs, left buttock, clip back, right front hip. Okay, Ardha Chandrasana, right hand down, exhale, inhale, hips open, shoulders, chest open. Turning, turning, and turning. Okay, mind that knee, keep the knee turning out. That's it. One more deep breath here, inhale. And then as you exhale, lower that back foot to the floor. Nice wide stance because it's a reversed Virabhadrasana 2. Back hand to the rear leg, inhale, right front arm up and over. Turning, open the right knee, open the right chest, look down to the back foot. Bend deeply through here, that's it. One more deep breath here, inhale. And on exhale, come all the way forward to Tadasana. A few rounds of breath, eyes soft. And when we whittle away, only the necessary remains. All right. We're going to need a wall space for the next set. So just organize yourself. You'll be able to use this wall. Just organize yourself in so that your edge of mat comes into the wall. You might be happy on the pillar. It's a good place to be. All right. We want to be about one leg length out from the wall. And we're going to raise the right leg up to the wall. And we want to try and set ourselves up so that the left foot is under the hip. So right foot to the wall, left leg under the hip. Take a moment, set it up. Get that left heel swinging out so that it is parallel to the little toe side of the mat, not turned in. See if you can step a little bit further forward if the body says yes. Raise the arms upwards towards the roof. Okay, now recreate that feeling of the plank pose. Yes, exactly that feeling. See how it pops your back ribs towards the middle of the room? Come on, work with that. Work with me here. Press out into me. Yes. Now lift into little finger side of hand. Yes, not from here, from here. Yes. All right, really nice work. Slowly come forward and it's okay to bend the front knee, the raised right leg, get your fingertips or hands to the wall, like you're doing a lunge on the wall. Do you ever do these on your kitchen bench? They're really fun. All the time. I knew you would say that. All right. You're going to switch the hands for the leg. Swing the right leg back into Virabhadrasana 3. See, this is the challenge that we're meeting today. This is the place where either our lake is draining or our aquifer is blocked. Kim, bring the ears in line with the shoulders. Yeah, that's it. Okay, press the wall away strongly. Now, we've got a wall, so I don't need to rush. Front ribs, draw them in. Come on, let's get that shape back. Now, this left front of hip, I want you to clip it back. Raise the right leg from the thigh front like we did in the back work that we did earlier in the day. Okay, keep the left hand on the wall, bring the right back of hand to the sacrum. Left hand stays on the wall, right back of hand to the sacrum. Good, now get your feedback. What's happening in that sacrum? Do you need to roll the right outer hip in? Yes, you do. That's it. All right. One more deep breath here, inhale. Okay, now bring that right hand back forward again to the wall for a moment. Try and keep the sacrum. Now, can you slowly bring the hands down to the floor, standing forward fold, and raise the right leg up to the ceiling, standing split. Raise it up and turn the hip. Let the hip open. Should feel good. Should feel like, yes, thank you very much. All right, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. That's it. Is that okay? Point the toes, Firm the leg, point the other point. Yes. Turn it up. Good. Ruth, raise that right hip so it opens and gets the reverse action. Tuck the chin in deep to the shin bones and breathe in. And as you breathe out, kick up to handstand. Come on. There's no legs involved. It's arms now. Do you want me to guide you up? Downward dog if you're not handstanding, if you prefer. The other way to not handstand is to do a half handstand walking up the wall. Whatever you feel like you want to do, okay? So downward dog, half handstand up the wall, or you're handstanding. Or you've fallen in a little heap on the ground begging for a Tim Tam. Bex decided that the best rule of thumb at this point is to pretend she needs to go to the bathroom. Couple of breaths. I want you to hold it. Endurance. Inhale fully. And exhale. Slowly get yourself to standing forward fold. Go child's pose if you want, Ruth. Let it go. Be soft. You know, at some point we have to take responsibility for the lake that's draining or the aquifer that's blocked. At some point we have to go, what am I going to do to shift this? Instead of looking around for change outside of ourselves. This is where we accept what we can't change and adapt to the rest. Nice. Slowly bring yourself to standing. So it's challenging, I know. So it's what you do with that challenge. So let's come back around to the wall. Raise the left foot up to the wall. Raise the arms to the roof. Now check your standing foot, because the tendency is going to be for the heel to hook in. That'll be your hip talking to you, your knee.
This leg is so gammy.
I've got one of them. So if the leg is, technical term, gammy, you can in that instance turn the right toes out, yeah? But just know that you're doing that as an adaptation, yeah? We're working to adapt to what is a challenge so that the water can flow. Okay, raise the arms to the roof if you haven't already. If that's too strong, keep hands to hips. Now think about that outer left hip coming down so that the waist feels even on both sides. And then the next thing to do, of course, is to start to apply the plank position. Front ribs in. I want you to feel like you're pushing a little into your mid-back. Now see if you can go up into crown of head from there, Kim. Yeah, but keep pushing me back a little. And yeah, keep lengthening. Nice. Think of that plank position. All right. Slowly lean forward and bring both hands to the wall. Bend the front knee so it's like a lunge on the wall. Lift the inner arch here and clip this back here. That's it there. Now, swapping feet for hands, press your hands into the wall, send the left leg back behind you, Virabhadrasana 3. Okay, so it's okay. If you bend the standing leg, you get better feedback in your hips, personally. So just, I want you to work with that. Okay, so this comes back, that rolls down. Now the waist is even. Press a little more strongly into this hand. Yes, and now the shoulders become even. That's it. Nice. Okay, that left leg doesn't have to be high off the ground. Lift. Now, plank position, go, go. Plank position in the chest. I don't want to see anybody collapsing in the chest. Roll that down, bend that more. Roll that down. That's it. Press this hand more strongly into the wall. All right, take the right hand back of hand to the sacrum. Right hand, back of hand to the sacrum. Okay, now you're getting feedback. Now you know what you're doing wrong. Fix it up. Adapt. Stay with it. Inhale. Exhale. Both hands to the wall. Keep the work in the sacrum. Keep the work in the hips. Keep it level. Keep the plank position turned on. All right. Work your hands down to the floor now. We're going for standing split. Open the left hip. Raise the left leg to the roof. Tuck the chin in. You can use the right hand to hold the right shin bone if you want to go all the way. That's it. Good. Both hands to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Handstand, leading with left leg. Up you go. The dodgy leg, the hard one. So half handstand, downward dog, if you're not going up into a handstand here today. Okay, now Tim and Beck, bend the knees. That's it. And bring the hips. Yep, that's it. Hips over the shoulders. So you're not in a... So what? Oh, as in muscles? Oh, good. Okay, plank position. Go, 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 go. Plank position. Push out. Yes. Good. Slowly bring it down. Standing forward fold. Nice work. All right. Now just adjust yourself slowly till you're facing middle of room in a standing forward fold. So if you need to adjust, do so. Inhale, half lift. Raise the right leg behind you and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the right knee down. So you're in a low lunge, left foot leading. Now walk the left foot over to the left and bring both hands to the big toe side. Turn the left toes out to the left. Slowly lower the hips down. Water dragon, lift the chest. Now, let's have some fun. We're going to walk the left toes straight off the left corner of the mat. And then slowly take it down into a nice wide variation of Hanumanasana. Smile. Smile with your hamstrings. You can bring a brick underneath the left sitting bone. Steal your neighbor's brick if you don't have one of your own. Now, if you've got a support, you're going to have to work harder. Raise the arms. If you're not using a support and you're working off the ground, keep your hands down. If you don't feel like raising your arms, because that's like, oh, too much, don't do it.
Nice. Take one more deep breath here, inhale. As you exhale, lower the arms down. Okay, getting out of this pose is never graceful. Do your best to come right on back to the lunge that we started at. Shifting props out of the way. And go right on and walk that left foot over to the right side of the mat. And you'll be pleased to know that a little pigeon pose awaits. Lift the chest. First form only, so don't go down just yet. Now in this pose, there's a very similar thing happening with the sacrum. So lift the hips, clip the left hip back and bring the right hip forward. So the sacrum becomes level behind you. Look up. All right, release a little out of the pose. Now, if you have some prop underneath this left buttock, take it out. Leaning over to the left, go with me on this. Bring the left shin bone parallel to top of mat. So you've leaned over to the left. So this back leg's a little bit bent. The whole pose is a tiny bit distorted for the moment. We're going to take a bolster. I just happen to not have one handy. And bring that bolster just forward of the shin. Okay, back knee, bend it right up. Okay, left hand is coming through until the left shoulder rests on the left inner knee. And then rest your head on the bolster. If you need a bit more height, you can grab a brick. If you like, bring both hands together. Close your eyes. Yeah, right? This is the sleeping pigeon. If you were of the Sesame Street vintage, and that footage of Big Bird when he sleeps, and he goes, and his feathers ruffle. Little trip down memory lane there. Well, that's the sleeping pigeon. So just be soft on your exterior. We've actually worked quite hard today. If anybody feels a little bit uncomfortable, raise your hand and I'll come around. But if you're okay, I want you to just fall in. You can make subtle adjustments with the pose through the rear right leg. You can take it out a little longer or bring it in a little closer. It's going to give you a different story in the body, different adaptation, a different possibility. And here, just allow whatever has been oppressed in you, whatever has been challenged within you, just allow it to rise for the moment. But let it reveal, instead of a weakness, let it reveal a point of inner strength. Let it reveal in you a capacity to rise above, to see from a higher perspective. Let it bring forward in you your unlimited capacity to adapt, to accept, or to make change. Let it strengthen your internal spaces.
And inhale. Very slowly begin to unpack from the pose by using your hands to press you up. And for a moment, shift your bolster to the side, just for a moment. We're going to get ourselves to three-legged dog with the left leg to the roof. When you're ready, slowly take it back. And just stretch that left leg out, move the hip, do whatever you feel like you need to do to counter that work. And then bring yourself to downward facing dog regular. It's okay, be creative. If you want to touch back on the wall, do so. Downward dog when you're ready. And walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Standing forward fold. Fold in, bow down, bow in. Let there be no resistance to the inner space. And then drop the hands down. Breathe in, look up. Okay, someone needs to tell me which leg goes back. Left? Yes, it is left. Left leg to the back of the mat, left knee down. Sorry to do that to you all. I just suddenly forgot. Okay, so we're going to turn it into the water dragon pose. So walk the right foot a little bit over to the right and turn the right toes out. Back knees down. So we're deliberately kind of setting it up so it's more for opening. Sink the hips. Bring this foot about here so that, yeah, that's it. So it's more shin and ankle and you've got that happening. That's it. Okay. Here we go, Hanumanasana, variation. So you've got that right corner of your mat. Okay, just keep aiming for that. Right toes go out, right toes go out. Do you want your brick, honey? You want the brick under the front leg sitting bone. Front leg sitting bone. So, you know, for me, this is my injured side. So, you know, you work with what you got. If you can raise the hands, go for it. Sound effects, always good, I think. Got to remember that it's not serious. Oh, yes. So let the challenge rise as a deep inner fortification. Smile as you greet the challenge. Be undaunted. All right. Lower the hands if you have them raised. Let's go right on and with as much grace as we can muster, return to the low lunge position. And let's flip it up. Right foot just makes its way over to the left side of the mat. Now, we're going to just take a few moments in that more energized first form of the shape. So bring your props in if needed under right buttock, lift the chest. Lift the hips a little, clip right back, bring left forward. Sacrum, level. In this pose, the left leg, or whatever is the rear leg, it's the left leg this side, but it's right back off the hip. It's not coming out at an angle. Sink it down. Inhale fully. And as you exhale, release the buttock. So move the prop out. Bend up the left leg. Let's slide that bolster in here to the space at the top of the knee, or you can use blanket and a brick or combination. Right shin bone becomes parallel to top of mat.
Right knee, right hip are aligned. So we've got to get the right shoulder to this inner right knee point. So left knee is nice and bent, so we're not fighting our hips. And slowly take it through. Lay it down. You don't want to lose too much in the neck. So make sure your bolster feels high enough. And then maybe both hands, palms together. So like a little bird in a nest made of feathers and leaves and she oaks. Rest. It's warm and it's safe. And we can look at the things that cause us challenge, that cause our lake to drain or our aquifer to be blocked and inert. We can look at them from a different perspective. You can't hold water in your hand, so you cannot control or contain these events in life. Life happens. But what you can do is rise a little higher inside the difficult places. See it more broadly for what it is, a gift. It is the gift of your evolution. Every time something is taken away from us, it is a gift of evolution. Oppression, challenge, emptiness, difficulty out there unleashes the capability in here. And if you can accept that, if you can know that to be true, then no challenge will ever daunt you, be beyond you, or crush you. Adversity's pushback makes us grow. Very slowly begin to exit the shape. I'm sensing the unwillingness. Right leg to the roof in downward dog. So just take your time. 3-legged downward dog. Come on. Whatever you need to do to repatriate. What does that look like for you? Downward dog when you're ready. Knees to the floor, cross the ankles over, bring the legs forward and in front. Put your socks on, lay yourself up. If you like, you can sit on a blanket. We're going to take the right ankle and bring it underneath the left knee. Now it's that same primary pigeon shape.
The adjustments for this pose happen with the left leg, the leg that is brought into place secondarily. So you can start by just bringing the left ankle to the front of the right knee. Sense how that feels. Easy enough. See if you can bring it to a brick. Easy enough. See if you can bring it to the top of the right inner knee. Agni Sambhasa. We want to learn about challenge. We want to learn and hothouse our capacity to work inside challenge, oppression, and difficulty. Then this pose is the one in which to do that. Roll the hips out roll the thighs out by using the little Mandarin technique. And any amount come forward and be honest. Be really honest. Close your eyes. This is a deep excavation of difficulty. So instead of letting it push you up against your own edge, can you allow it to guide you towards your inner capabilities and inner resources, your breath, how you work with your mind? Okay. Now, this leg is like pigeon pose, so it's like this, just this leg. Let that one go all the way out. Yeah. Okay, so bring it, come with me. Keep your buttock there. Underneath that knee. Back a bit. Okay, strong standing foot. Don't let that go. All right. Don't move that leg. Now bring that one up. All right, how's that? Different pose, right? Is it too easy? Probably. Okay, so bring it up here or slide it further across the brick. But just don't move that leg. Yeah, how's that? So if you can go further, you're going to take that leg over that way. You're going to be, that's it, exactly that. That looks fine. Yeah, you okay? Yeah. How's your hip?
Yeah, so bad.
Inner resources. There's nothing out here that's going to help you right now. Nothing. So you got to go in. You got to hothouse condition this. You got to practice this so that when we meet this in the outside world, we have the skills, we have the resources, we have the know-how, we have the tools. Nice, breathe in and come up. Lean back into your hands. This is just a counter pose. Just go right on ahead and open up the legs. Upavista. Thanks, Beck. Drop forward a little bit if you like. This is just counter posing, so repatriation. As far down as you don't want to go. Just a moment more, that's all. Inhale and come up. Slide the legs together, left under right. So left ankle's under the right knee, don't move that leg. Again, adjustment is made with the right leg, with the secondary leg. So you just bring it in, ankle to the floor. You can bring that right leg in onto the brick. You can bring the right leg in, knee up to ankle to knee. It's fire log pose, you see, because the shins are in a fire log position. Mandarin the hips, so thumbs in, coil the thigh bones out. Maybe come forward any amount. Your body's going to tell you where to be, and you've got to listen. But don't lose the length of your spine. Don't lose the courage in your chest. Don't lose the soft face of a Buddha. Because if we lose those things, then the price is too high. You have choice. Back out. And even though we keep a softly standing foot, can you relax the hips? Can you dissolve? Inhale, slowly come up. Just for a moment, a little Upavista Konasana, just because it's a nice counterposing shape for the hips. Let's drop it forward, couple of breaths only. We're going to bring it into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Plus, I want you to transition to the Baddha Konasana as you're ready. So wide leg, take a few breaths in, forward fold, just enough for you to feel like you've released the tension, and then bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, just sitting. So Baddha Konasana in the upright position. And if you feel to drop it forwards, go right on ahead and go there. It's not necessary if you're getting what you need from upright position. As you come down, when you are descending in Baddha Konasana, keep a gently concave back, just for a few rounds of breath until you feel like you've hit your working point, and then drop the chin and let the back round out to a roughly child's pose. If you can rest your forehead on a bolster or a brick or the inner arches of your feet, do so. And after a lot of asymmetrical work today, I'm starting to feel the symmetry returning to the lower back, to the hips, to the waist, to the organs of the kidneys and the backs of the lungs. Don't fall into that trap of thinking that, you know, when you get your back outer knees to the floor, then you are somehow complete. It's the thing about yoga that maybe they didn't tell you when you signed up, but you're never complete. That's the whole idea. So let the knees be as they are. Who cares? But instead of pressing them down, let's bring the elbows forward so that if you can reach, they're pressing into the shins and pulling you back so they lengthen your spine as you go down. That's more important. Inhale, slowly come up. We're going to drop back over the bolster, which I've managed to get in behind a couple of you where there was space, but some of you may need to move forward. We're just going to drop straight back over it into a reclined Baddha Konasana, passive back bend. Cover yourself with a blanket if you like. Arms by the sides, arms over the head, doesn't matter. Be warm, be comfortable. Surrender. If you'd like another blanket, raise your hand and I'll bring it round to you. Evolution means that things don't stay hard forever. The challenges come and go, as do joys. And if we can keep ourselves buoyant and floating in the deep foundational energies within us, then we know that. And that singular truth makes the navigation of life so much easier. If you're happy staying where you are, stay. If you feel at any time ready to transition to a traditional Shavasana pose, I want you to make that transition. Just so long as you feel like you're meeting your needs. Before you go down into your traditional Shavasana, if you are shifting, just check in with your body if there's anything you need, a forward bend, a twist, another backward bend before you commit. Just let your ears extend out into the morning, allowing the sounds of the rising day to merge with the sound of the breath. Let your skin and your bones feel the weight of gravity. So it pulls you down into that earth grid. Not only the solidity of the body and the enduring space of the ground beneath us, but also the seasons that move about on the earth and the cosmic cycles that move about above us. Let us return to our place. Sensing which nostril is the clearest. And roll yourself over to that side. And just lay on your side body, no hurry. If you're on a bolster, make sure you come off the bolster and draw your knees upwards towards your chest. Feel empty. When I say to you that proverb that says, when there is no longer anything to be removed, then you are rich. Notice if that has a different truth now. Everything that is rich is within you. And you will carry it with you always. As you feel that top nostril begin to clear like a thin thread, as the breath begins to balance left and right sides, the swara. Just very slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Just sitting, natural breath. So all of those places of difficulty and challenge, where our buttons are pushed, where we're backed into a corner. See if you can know them as something bigger on the evolutionary wheel. Something that drives you inwards to find a resource, a capability, a skill, a talent. So that you can adapt and you can change and you can grow with every experience. And to that we give great thanks. Namaste.